Good morning, students of class 5. Students, I am sure all of you are happy and healthy. Students, please take out your English grammar book and turn to page number 74 as I will be continuing with exercise 3 of unit 16, simple past tense. Students, please take out your English grammar book and turn to page number 74 as I'll be continuing with exercise 3 of unit 16, simple past tense. Students, you know that simple past tense is used to speak out about the actions that started and finished at specific time in the past, and for changing the tense of the sentence you need to change the tense of the verb. That is, you need to change the root form of the verb to the past form. And in this particular exercise which I had started in my last video, I was explaining how to change the verb to the past form so that your tense can be in the simple past tense. And in my last video I had started exercise 3, that is, change the tense of these sentences into simple past tense, and I had done the first two sentences. Now before I start the third sentence, let's revise the first two sentences. First one. They often go to school by car. Now, in this sentence, what we have to do? We have to change the tense of the sentence in simple past tense. Fine? So, the first thing you need to keep in mind is you need to identify the verb and underline it. है ना? वर्ब बेटा सबसे पहले सेंटेंस में आपको वर्ब को आइडेंटिफाई करके अंडरलाइन करना है. अगर आप वर्ब को आइडेंटिफाई के अंडरलाइन कर लेते हो, then you just need to change the verb to the past form and the entire sentence will remain the same और आपका सेंटेंस पास्ट टेंस में हो जाएगा. Now how do you identify the verb? Verb क्या है? Whatever the action done in the sentence, the work done in the sentence is the verb. Now look at this sentence carefully. They often go to school by car. तो इसमें जो action है, the verb है, वो क्या है बेटा? Go. So first of all, we'll underline the verb because इसमें हमको खाली verb को ही past form में change करना है. So now go का past form क्या है? Go तो root form है. Go का past form went है. So we'll write the sentence again, changing the verb from the root form to the past tense. So our sentence will be, they often went, go का past form क्या हो गया बेटा? Went to school by car. The rest of these words will remain the same, only you need to change the verb the root form of the verb to the past form. So they often go to school by car. क्या हो गया बेटा? They often went to school by car. Fine. I hope all of you have done. बस ये ध्यान में रखना है बेटा कि सबसे पहले वर्ब को आइडेंटिफाई करके अंडरलाइन करना है और फिर वर्ब को पास्ट फॉर्म में चेंज करना है. तो गो का पास्ट फॉर्म क्या है? वेंट. तो वी हैव रिटन दी सेंटेंस चेंजिंग दी वर्ब टू दी पास्ट फॉर्म. तो क्या हो गया? दे ऑफन वेंट टू स्कूल बाय कार. नाउ दी second one, we organize a farewell party for the students of class 12. This is the sentence. Now we need to change the sentence in simple past tense. So first of all, what are we going to do? We are going to identify and underline the verb. अब इसमें जो एक्शन है वो क्या है बेटा? दैट्स ऑर्गेनाइज. सो we'll change organize to the past form. तो क्या हो जाएगा बेटा? be organized. You just have to add d to the root form of organized. तो वो organized हो जाएगा. That is the past form. We organized a farewell party. We organized a farewell party for the students of class 12. खाली वर्ब को रूट फॉर्म से पास्ट फॉर्म में चेंज करना है. द रेस्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस विल रिमेन द सेम. तो आपका जो टेंस है वो किस में हो जाएगा? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. सो ऑर्गेनाइज का पास्ट फॉर्म क्या है? डी लगा के ऑर्गेनाइज. तो आवर सेंटेंसेस, वी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड अ फेयरवेल पार्टी फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ क्लास 12. So I hope all of you have done the first and the second sentence. So now I am going to erase this and write the third one. Now the third sentence. I open the door and welcome the visitor. Now the third sentence is I open the door and welcome the visitors. Now what we need to do, children? We need to identify and underline the word. जो भी actions इस sentence में है उनको हमें identify करके underline करना है, so that we know कि कौन से हमारे verbs हैं जिनको हमें root form से past form में करना है. Now I open the door. In this, the verb is open and welcome the visitor. अब यहाँ पे आप देखो, बिफोर एंड एक वर्ब है ओपन एंड आफ्टर एंड दूसरा वर्ब है वेलकम, है ना? ओपन किया, ओपन फर्स्ट एक्शन ओपन एंड देन द सेकंड एक्शन इज वेलकम. सो आई ओपन द डोर एंड वेलकम द विजिटर्स. सो हाउ मेनी वर्ब्स आर देयर इन दिस सेंटेंस, चिल्ड्रन? देयर आर 2 वर्ब्स एंड दोनों ही रूट फॉर्म में है. एंड ओपन एंड वेलकम दोनों को ही हमें बेटा फ्रॉम रूट फॉर्म टू पास्ट फॉर्म में चेंज करना है. देन आवर सेंटेंस विल बी इन सिंपल पास्ट टेंस, है ना? सो द फर्स्ट थिंग यू नीड टू कीप इन माइंड इज यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई एंड अंडरलाइन द वर्ब. सो आई ओपन द डोर, पहला एक्शन हमने क्या किया है? ओपन किया. एंड वेलकम द विजिटर, सेकेंड एक्शन क्या है? वेलकम. सो देयर आर 2 वर्ब्स इन द सेंटेंस, है ना? एंड नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू चेंज दोनों का जो रूट फॉर्म है उससे हम किस में करेंगे? पास्ट फॉर्म में. बेटा ओपन का पास्ट फॉर्म इज ओपन. वी नीड टू ऐड ईडी एंड वेलकम का पास्ट फॉर्म इज वी जस्ट नीड टू ऐड डी टू इट. वेलकम. फाइन. ओपन में आपने ईडी ऐड किया, वेलकम में आपने डी ऐड किया, तो ये आपका पास्ट फॉर्म हो गया. फाइन. सो नाउ we'll be rewriting this sentence using the past form of the root form of verb. So हमारा sentence क्या हो जाएगा? I opened, underline. जो भी आप बेटा tense change करोगे root form से past form में, you underline the word, so that's highlighted. Fine. So I opened the door and welcomed the visitor. ये हमारा सेंटेंस किसमें हो गया? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस में. कीपिंग इन माइंड दैट फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई एंड अंडरलाइन द वर्ब सो दैट यू कम टू नो कि वर्ब क्या है और उसको हमें पास्ट फॉर्म में चेंज करना है. सो उससे देयर बी lesser chance of committing mistakes. So first you need to identify and underline the verb. So we had identified open and welcome, and the second step what we did was we changed the verbs from root form to the past form. ओपन का क्या हो गया, ed ऐड करके ओपन, एंड वेलकम का क्या होगा, डी ऐड करके वेलकम. सो आर नाउ सेंटेंस इज इन द पास्ट टेंस, दैट इज आई ओपन द डोर एंड वेलकम द विजिटर. So we have changed the sentence into simple past tense. How? First of all, by identifying and underlining the verb, then changing both the verbs to the past form. So our sentence is, I open the door and welcome the visitors. I hope all of you have written, children. Now the fourth one. And the fourth sentence is, the mechanic repairs the car. Now our fourth sentence is, the mechanic repairs the car. Now first what we need to do, we need to find the action word, that is the verb in the sentence, underline it, then we need to change the verb to the past form. So the mechanic repairs the cars. इसमें जो action है वो क्या है, verb क्या है बेटा, that's repairs. Verb क्या है बेटा, repairs. So now repairs में s लगा है, that indicates that की जो verb है ये simple present tense में है. Fine, because हमने जब simple present tense पढ़ा था तो उसमें subject verb agreement था कि if your subject is singular आपके verb में s लग जाता है ना. अब हमें इस verb को किसमें चेंज करना है, टू दी पास्ट फॉर्म. तो आप ये ध्यान रखेंगे कि आप एस को हटा के चेंज करेंगे, है ना. रूट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब क्या है, रिपेयर, बट सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस में जब सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर होता है तो हम वर्ब में एस लगाते हैं, दैट्स द सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एग्रीमेंट. तो बेटा रिपेयर का पास्ट फॉर्म हम एस हटा के देखेंगे क्या है, दैट इज रिपेयर्ड. REPAIR, इसमें हमने क्या लगाना है, ED. पास्ट फॉर्म क्या है बेटा रिपेयर का, रिपेयर. और यू नीड टू कीप इन माइंड जब भी आपके वर्ब सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस में है आप एस हटा के ही उसको आप पास्ट फॉर्म में चेंज करोगे. सो नाउ वी विल बी रीराइटिंग दिस सेंटेंस चेंजिंग द वर्ब टू द पास्ट फॉर्म. हमारा सेंटेंस क्या हो जाएगा बेटा, द मैकेनिक repaired, REPAIRED, repaired the car. Fine. The mechanic repaired the car. Now let's revise both the sentences again. Then I'll erase and write the fifth one. The third one, I open the door and welcome the visitor. So it is not necessary कि बेटा verb आपके sentence में एक ही होगा, है ना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये थर्ड वाले सेंटेंस में देर आर टू वर्ब्स. फर्स्ट एक्शन क्या है, ओपन, सेकेंड एक्शन इज वेलकम. सो हमने दोनों को ही आइडेंटिफाई करके अंडरलाइन किया, देन वी चेंज बोथ दी वर्ब्स टू दी पास्ट फॉर्म. तो क्या हो गया, ओपन का ed ऐड करके ओपन एंड वेलकम में डी ऐड करके वेलकम. सो आई ओपन द डोर एंड वेलकम द विजिटर. देन द फोर्थ वन, द मैकेनिक रिपेयर्स द कार. नाउ हियर the verb is repairs, which is in simple present tense, and हमको s remove करके repair का जो root form है उसको किस में change करना है, past form में. so हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, repair. so our sentence will be, the mechanic repaired the car. I hope all of you have written, children. so now I'm going to erase both the sentence and then write the fifth one. Again, I open the door and welcome the visitor. The fourth one, the mechanic repaired the car. Now, I'm going to write the fifth one. सबसे पहले you just need to keep in mind that you need to identify and underline the word. Now, the fifth sentence is, she gets annoyed. She gets annoyed quickly. वो जल्दी से नाराज हो जाती है? So she gets annoyed quickly. Now what we need to do? First of all, we need to identify, underline the word. She gets annoyed quickly. इसमें जो action verb क्या है? Gets. Gets. So we underline the verb gets. अब gets में s लगा है. That indicates कि ये sentence simple present tense में है, because as per the subject verb agreement, if the subject is singular और यहाँ पे she क्या है? Singular है. She singular है तो verb में s लगा होता है. So बेटा s remove करेंगे तो get is the root form of the verb and get का past form क्या है? Got. Get is the root form of the verb और get का past form is got. Fine. So for solving these, children, you should be thorough with the past form of the verbs. Fine. So now we'll be writing this sentence again. She gets का बेटा past form क्या हो गया? Got annoyed. She got annoyed quickly. She got annoyed quickly. Fine. I hope all of you have written. सबसे पहले what you need to do? You need to identify and underline the verb, then change the verb to the past form and rest of the words will remain the same in the sentence. So she got annoyed quickly. Our sentence is in the past tense. Now the sixth one. But beta, in this, when you see the word annoyed, don't get confused कि ये तो already past tense में है. नहीं, आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है कि get में है s लगा है ना? तो verb s है. आप annoyed में ed देख के don't take it कि ये already past form में है. आपको जो जिस भी verb में s लगा है वो indicate करता है that's in the simple present tense and then you need to change the verb to the past form. तो get का past क्या है? Got. तो she got annoyed quickly. Fine. Now the sixth one. The students listen. The students listen carefully and follow the instructions. Our sentence is, look at the sentence carefully, children. The students listen carefully and follow the instructions. अभी हमें first क्या करना है? We need to identify the verbs and underline them. The students listen carefully and follow the instructions. Now, first action by the students is listen. सबसे पहले वो क्या करते हैं? Listen. They listen carefully and then it's not that we just have one verb in the sentence and लगा है उसके आगे मतलब और sentence है. And follow the instruction. And second action वो क्या करते हैं? They follow, है ना? जो भी instructions मिलता है उसको सुनते हैं और फिर उसको follow करते हैं. So there are two verbs in this sentence. पहला क्या है? Listen और second क्या है? Follow. So the students listen carefully and follow the instruction. अब बेटा listen का past tense is listen. हमको उसमें ed add करना है. And follow का past form क्या है? Follow. दोनों में ही हमको ed add करना है तो दोनों किस में हो जाएंगे बेटा? past form में. listen, listen. The past form is listen, listen. Then follow, follow का past form क्या है? FOLLOWED. So follow का followed, listen का listen. So now we'll be rewriting this sentence, keeping in mind that there are two verbs in this particular sentence. So our sentence will be the students listened carefully and follow का दैट्स द रीजन अंडरलाइन करो ताकि याद रहे कि आपको इसको पास्ट में करना है. फॉलो का क्या हो जाएगा? फॉलोड द इंस्ट्रक्शंस. This is our sentence. The students listened carefully and followed the instruction. जब आप underline करोगे तो it will click you that you need to change the verb to the past form. The students listened carefully and followed the instructions. Please write fast, children. The past form of listen is listen, adding ed to the verb, root form of the verb, and the past form of follow is followed, again adding ed to the root form of the verb. The students listened carefully and followed the instructions. You need to keep in mind कि जरूरी नहीं है कि सेंटेंस में एक ही एक्शन है. In this there are two actions, है ना? पहले उन्होंने listen किया, then they followed. So there are two actions, that means two verbs in the sentence. Now again I'll be revising both these, then I'll be erasing and writing the seventh one. She gets annoyed quickly. The verb is gets and इसको हमें past form में change करना है, that is got. तो sentence क्या हो गया? She got annoyed quickly. Then the sixth one. The students listen carefully and follow the instruction. The verbs are listen and follow. and दोनों को ही हमने past form में किया तो क्या हो जाएगा? The students listen carefully and followed the instructions. Fine. Children, please write fast. Please write fast so that I can erase and write the seventh one. So, she got annoyed quickly. Underline the verb which you have changed to the past form. And in the sixth one, the students listened carefully and followed the instruction. Please underline both the verbs which you have changed to the past form. So, now I am going to erase and write the seventh sentence. And the seventh sentence is children speak politely. Children speak politely. So what we need to do in this, we need to first of all underline and identify the verb. Verb क्या है हमारा बेटा? Speak. What do the children do? They speak politely, है ना? So children speak politely. जो action है, that is speak. That means we need to change this verb from the root form to the past form. तो speak का past form क्या है बेटा? The past form of speak is spoke. S-P-O-K-E. Speak. S-P-E-A-K. Speak. And the past form is S-P-O-K-E. Spoke. Now, our sentence is children spoke politely. Children spoke politely. जो आपने चेंज किया है रूट फॉर्म से पास्ट फॉर्म में, प्लीज अंडरलाइन. तो हमारा सेंटेंस क्या हो गया? चिल्ड्रन स्पोक पोलाइटली. फाइन. Children spoke politely, and children keep in mind that you need to start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. All these sentences, just remember, हमेशा आपका sentence capital letter से start होता है and full stop से end होता है. So I hope all of you have done. Now the eighth one. The eighth sentence is, it rains heavily. It rains heavily in June. Now, the eighth sentence is, it rains heavily in June. Action verb कौन सा है बेटा? The verb is rains. और rains में s लगा है. That indicates कि ये simple present tense में है. जब subject singular होता है तो verb में s लग जाता है. That's his subject verb agreement in the simple present tense. And we remove the s, तो क्या हो जाएगा? Rain. And rain का past form is rained, adding ed to the verb. Rain का past form क्या है बेटा? Rained. Fine. So अब हम क्या करेंगे? We will be rewriting this sentence, changing the verb to the past form. So it rained, R-A-I-N-E-D, rained heavily in June. So our sentence is, it rained heavily in June, है ना? Rain एक noun भी है और एक verb भी है, depending upon the use in the sentence. And यहाँ पे ये action है, it rained heavily in June. So don't get confused. So it rained heavily in June. The seventh one is, children speak politely. Verb क्या है? Speak, जिसको हमने identify कर underline किया. When we change the verb to the past form, तो speak का past form क्या हो गया? Spoke. So our sentences, children spoke politely. Then the eighth one, it rains heavily in June. इसमें verb क्या है? Rains, जिसको हमने past form में change किया rain. So our sentence is, it rained heavily in June. Now I hope all of you have written. Now I am going to erase this and write the ninth one. Now, the ninth sentence is, people like Surajkund craft fair. People like Surajkund craft fair. Now what we need to do in this? We need to first of all identify and underline the verb. तो action verb क्या है? Like. Like का बेटा past form क्या है? Light. L-I-K-E-D, light. L-I-K-E-D, light. Simply we need to add D to it. So our sentence will be, people liked, like को root form से हमने past form में किया, so you need to underline this. Fine. So people liked Surajkund craft fair. People liked Surajkund craft fair. People liked Surajkund craft fair. Now the 10th one. The drivers drive the car from Agra to Delhi. People drive, the drivers drive the car from Agra to Delhi. And इसमें बेटा जो verb है that is drive. So drive का past form क्या है बेटा? Drove. D-R-O-V-E drove. D-R-I-V-E drive. D-R-O-V-E drove. So now we will be writing this sentence again, changing the verb to the past form. The drivers drove, D-R-O-V-E drove the car from Agra to Delhi. This is the sentence in simple past tense. The drivers drove the car from Agra to Delhi. So with this, children, we have finished our exercise number 3. That is change the sentence into simple past tense. That's all for today, children, and I'm sure all of you must have written these sentences in your grammar book. Children, please do learn all the past form of the verbs so that you can solve these exercises easily. And children, please learn and revise all the taught lessons and exercises as your half-yearly exams are approaching. That's all for today, children. Thank you, students. Have a good day ahead.